Thanks a lot for inviting us. I would quickly introduce what we do. So we are an art collective sampling performative possibilities in urban environment. And we borrowed the public space, finding the neglected corner in the city and involve the citizens into the creative process. We use air and plastic as our working medium, and the transparent, very thin plastic sheet layer connects and disconnects at the same time. And it creates a social interaction. You think that you are inside, but actually you are in public space outside. And what we do is very soft, physically and also emotionally. And softness is also our urban approach, that it doesn't disturb what is there already, but it's softly touching the existing environment. It is playful and creates a friction, that also emotional friction, that on the way to your work or home, you suddenly find this alien object, and after a few days it's just gone and showing the empty space. But this empty space shows the possibilities to use it in your public area. It is very light, so we can easily transport with us, and it's easy to set up and dismantle. This was in a Venice Art Biennale last year that we did with Stelios Kois as an art director and Fabio Viale as a sculptor. We do multidisciplinary cooperation with other artists like musicians, performers, choreographers, and this occasion we had a cooperation with the sculptor who sculpted a marble looking like a wooden bricole in Venice. And we squeezed our structure through this sculpture, creating imaginary Venice, which had no wall, nor ceiling, nor floor. And while the visitors or audience are passing through this structure, they become performers, just simply walking through, and you complete the art piece. So this kind of work we have been doing so far, and since the coronavirus came out, all our project was full stop, mostly canceled or delayed, and we had suddenly so much time to do nothing, and doing nothing actually helps to be creative. And we saw on the news that the doctors were lacking masks or personal protective equipment. And we were thinking, what can we do to help somehow our society, and doing something that we can actually do quite well. And we were thinking, you know what we are creating, the structure has overpressure, positive air pressure, which means ventilators is flowing, giving air constantly. So the air is coming in and excessive air goes out through these little holes, through zipper or little sewing holes. And this positive air pressure is opposite of negative air pressure room in hospitals, which normally patients with virus are in. And we thought, then why not put doctors, not patients, inside, then create a protective space for them. And the air is supplied from clean area, for example, outside. And we've been exploring this idea. So the corona became our new subject in our work, our self-initiated projects. And we explored this idea toward more artistic, and we made an application for an open call for art projects, where we thought about hypothetical story that you cannot stay home anymore. You have to stay out because the air indoor is contaminated. It's a hypothetical story. And then you have to live in the street, on the street, in the bubble. And when you are getting out of bubble, you have to wear a sphere. We call it ice sphere. And initially we were thinking to have a snorkel on top so that you can get air from above. But while we were developing, the new regulation in Berlin came that you have to cover your nose and mouth in public transport. And we thought, okay, let's make a performance one day before the regulation came into effect. It's an art performance, but also informative, showing people or letting people that you have to cover your nose and mouth. And we share the tutorial online, which I think a lot of people took it really seriously. And then with this tutorial, audience becomes performer or an artist again. So we shared our cooking recipe as a profi chef. And we got a lot of feedbacks and comments, much more than we thought of. Oh. So that was a very easy tutorial that you can easily follow. But now this hemisphere transparent one is sold out. I don't know, many people bought it, I guess. And you can pimp your ice sphere with many variations according to your needs. If you're living in warm countries, you can put a shade or sunglasses, and you can put the ventilator or filters to make it really practical ice sphere. But as I said, we started as our project. It didn't meant to be a tech design product, but it can be developed further. Okay, thank you.